Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, one of my most favorite ways to kill time and try to relax my brain while I'm looking for really interesting subject matter to work on a video for you guys is to spend it in the library. I don't always spend time in the library, but a lot of times I just relax with the wife and the daughter, try to clear my mind, and try to come up with great ideas. Last night, I sat down with the wife, we were looking for movies, and I ran across a film I never knew existed. It was made here within the last few years, and it recounted, loosely, a story that came out of Philadelphia Harbor in 1943. A story, well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. I'm going to let you guys check this out. We'll talk for a little bit at the end. This is good.
Legend has it that in the autumn of 1943, amidst the turmoil of World War II, the U.S. Navy conducted a top-secret operation aimed at rendering a ship invisible. The USS Eldridge, docked at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, was reportedly cloaked from enemy devices using electromagnetic fields designed to bend light around the ship, a concept rooted deeply in theoretical physics. The experiment wasn't without its horrifying repercussions. Sailors supposedly suffered from severe physical and mental disturbances. Some were said to have been fused with the ship's metal structures, while others vanished completely, only to reappear with devastating psychological effects. These alleged accidents have fueled endless debates and investigations, blurring the lines between science fiction and military reality. The story's intrigue didn't fade with the war. It inspired the 1984 cult film The Philadelphia Experiment, bringing a cinematic interpretation of the shadowy tale to audiences worldwide, further cementing its place in popular culture. Join us as we step back into the dark days of 1943 to uncover the truths and the myths surrounding this mysterious military endeavor. What was the Philadelphia Experiment? A breakthrough in quantum mechanics? A horrifying military blunder? Or merely a wartime myth? Let's peel back the layers of this legendary tale. The origins of the Philadelphia Experiment trace back to the scientific and military developments during World War II. At the heart of this legend is the quest for technological supremacy, particularly in naval warfare. The alleged experiment was reportedly inspired by concepts related to Albert Einstein's unified field theory, which aimed to describe the interrelationship between the electromagnetic and gravitational forces. Although Einstein never completed this theory, the experiment supposedly applied some of these principles to achieve optical invisibility. The target of this experiment was the USS Eldridge, a Cannon-class destroyer escort newly commissioned by the U.S. Navy. According to the lore, the choice of the ship was based on its particular size and construction, which purportedly made it suitable for the equipment necessary to generate the electromagnetic fields envisioned in the experiment. The experiment was said to be a part of a larger military project called Project Rainbow, which sought innovative methods to win naval battles and protect ships from enemy radar detection. The project was allegedly conducted in strict secrecy, as the potential strategic advantage it could provide was immense. Naval officials hoped the technology could be a game-changer in the ongoing global conflict, offering a way to transport ships and possibly even troops undetected. The preparations involved outfitting the USS Eldridge with a series of generators and coils capable of producing a powerful electromagnetic field around the ship. The theory was that this field would bend light waves around the ship, rendering it invisible to the naked eye and enemy detection technologies. This rich background sets the stage for what would become one of the most controversial and talked about military experiments in history. As preparations were underway, the line between scientific possibility and science fiction began to blur, leading to an event shrouded in mystery and ripe for legend. In the fall of 1943, as the world was engulfed in the throes of World War II, a shadowy experiment was purportedly underway at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. It was here, among the clangs of metal and the rush of the Delaware River, that the USS Eldridge was poised to become the centerpiece of a military trial that would stretch the boundaries of reality. The U.S. Navy, driven by the war's desperate demands for technological supremacy, was rumored to be attempting the unthinkable, to render a ship invisible. Dubbed the Philadelphia experiment, the goal was to cloak the USS Eldridge from enemy radars. The theoretical backbone was said to be derived from Einstein's unified field theory, suggesting the electromagnetic fields could bend light around the ship, creating an optical illusion that would effectively cause the vessel to vanish. On that chilly October morning, with the war raging far beyond the shipyard's confines, the air around the dockside was electric with anticipation. Technicians scurried over the deck of the USS Eldridge, adjusting large, peculiar-looking generators and a complex array of coils. As the switch was thrown, a deep hum filled the air, growing in intensity until a greenish fog began to envelop the ship. Eyewitnesses, peering through the misty morning, watched in awe as the Eldridge shimmered and then seemed to dissolve into the air, leaving nothing but the churning waters of the Delaware River where the ship had been. Legends later whispered of the vessel's brief appearance in Norfolk, Virginia, a ghostly image that flickered into existence hundreds of miles away before returning to Philadelphia as mysteriously as it had left. The immediate aftermath, as recounted in the lore, was one of horror and confusion. The crew members who allegedly survived the experiment were said to suffer from a range of severe and bizarre medical and psychological issues. Some sailors were reported to have been fused with the ship's metal, suggesting molecular disintegration and reintegration gone awry. These victims, if they survived, faced grotesque injuries that were beyond the medical understanding at the time. Survivors supposedly suffered from severe mental trauma. Reports included cases of sailors who became invisible and then reappeared, some of whom were left with lasting invisibility. Others allegedly experienced episodes of freezing, becoming motionless for hours, as if stuck in time, with an ability, some said, to phase through physical objects. There were whispers of more profound effects, such as sailors who had glimpses of future events and who experienced shifts in time. The Navy purportedly launched a quiet investigation into the incident. The results of this investigation, like much of the experiment, remain cloaked in mystery. Any findings were quickly classified, the project was allegedly shut down, and efforts were made to purge all evidence that had ever occurred. This veil of secrecy only fueled further speculation and conspiracy theories. The experiment also raised profound questions about the ethical dimensions of using human subjects in potentially dangerous military experiments. It challenged the scientific community to consider the moral implications of such research. One practical outcome that has been tangentially linked to the broader concerns raised by stories like the Philadelphia experiment is the tightening of security around technological research and broadcasting to prevent unauthorized uses and leaks. The Philadelphia experiment remains a cautionary tale about the reach and overreach of human ambition and the shadows that can linger when science and ethics collide.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying at the beginning. When I started watching this movie, it was like, I know this story. I know the name USS Eldridge. Of course, there's many different stories of what actually happened to the ship when the Philadelphia experiment actually happened. Hundreds and hundreds of civilians and naval personnel came forward and said they seen that ship either disappear in Philadelphia or appear and then disappear in Norfolk. It wasn't very long after autumn 1943 that all of a sudden this ship went from obscurity to having an illustrious naval career, but this was after these accounts from these naval personnel and these civilians was leaked, stolen from the military. People were interviewed that were on ships in Norfolk or in Philadelphia. So what's the truth? Did the Philadelphia experiment actually happen? Did the USS Eldridge start to emit these sound waves and these auras and vanish from Philadelphia, reappear in Norfolk, then later vanish from Norfolk and reappear in Philadelphia with the catastrophic results that were in those reports that were stolen from the military? Sadly, the truth will never be known. And what really happened during the Philadelphia experiment, what really happened to the USS Eldridge and the several hundred sailors on board, will just remain one of those mysteries that history left behind. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the USS Eldridge, the Philadelphia experiment. There's a lot of mysteries out there. There's a lot of things that history just simply left behind. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. And we'll see you in history.